Okay, today I'm going to explain to all of you why women seem to only desire to sleep with men who are distant and unresponsive. If you've ever been in a situation where it seems as if the less you try, the more results you get, okay, this will help clear a lot of that up. I'm also going to show you another reason why a lot of times if you show a woman high amounts of interest, even if you are an attractive man, she naturally starts to pull away and doesn't like you. This video is going to clear up so much. Okay, I'm going to show you why women seem to only desire to sleep with men who are distant and unresponsive. This video has taken me years of knowledge when it comes to accumulating different experiences in my own dating life that I'm going to show you today. So let's dive in. So when a woman meets a man, okay, him being or appearing low interest instantly makes him seem like he's a catch compared to every guy offering to take her out on a date. You have to remember, women have so many options. She's got this guy offering to take her out, that guy offering to take her out, okay? If she's attractive, she has this guy who wants a dinner date, this guy who wants to go for a walk, this guy who wants to take her to a sporting event, this guy who wants to take her to a professional, basketball game or football game or a vacation or whatever. So many different options, okay? Him being or appearing low interest instantly makes him seem like he's a catch compared to every guy offering to take her out on a date. Now you might be wondering, well, okay, so how do I actually even talk to her or meet her in the first place if me even showing any interest seems to lower her desire? I'll clear that up in just a little bit. You see, the more you date, the more you'll see that women engage in intimacy and their romantic desires far differently, okay, or for far different reasons than men do. A lot of times men gravitate towards beauty. A lot of times though, what you'll notice with women is that what they see, okay, or the physical, does not have nearly the amount of impact on their emotions as it does for men. So the more you'll date, the more you'll see that women engage in intimacy and their desires romantically far differently than men do. Women sleep with a guy, okay, and continue to do so because she is attempting to gain or earn these things that I'm about to tell you. She is attempting to gain or earn his time, his care, his attention, and most importantly, his emotional investment. Because to a woman, if she can gain his emotional investment and he really cares about her, what that actually translates to is future safety, future resources, future protection. If she were to have kids with that man, she knows that the family will be taken care of. All of these things matter to women, okay? Men seem to gravitate more towards what they see. Women gravitate towards how they feel and her future security a lot of times will dictate how certain she is at wanting to invest into that man romantically or on an intimate level. What I'm saying in a nutshell is this: as she's attempting to gain his time, his care, his attention, and his emotional investment, she is really trying to get him to like her. Okay, this is what you have to remember. She's really trying really hard to get that guy to like her. Okay, and him not showing his investment level causes her to engage deeper into her emotions because she doesn't want to lose him. Because he withholds either time or care or attention or appears like he has other options at or above her current level of attractiveness, this causes her to engage deeper into her feelings, and now she tries even harder. Okay, all of a sudden you'll notice her doing a lot of things for that guy outside of the bedroom. She wants to communicate with him a lot. She wants to be very nice to him. She wants to be sweet to him. She wants to maybe talk to him on the phone a lot. Maybe she wants to have dinner with him. Maybe she wants to make a great meal and share it with him. There's so many things you're going to start to notice. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, this same man right now that she desires, okay, as he's withholding let's say affection a little bit, or maybe let's say he's distant or a bit unresponsive, this same man right now that she desires, if he were to go from distant and unresponsive, okay, to always available and responsive, okay, keep that in mind, it's reverse. If he goes from distant and unresponsive to always available and responsive, the intimacy in the bedroom no longer feels like a win for her, and now she questions his SMV. It's no longer a win for her, because you have to remember, she's not just attempting to gain what you think is important, okay? You're looking at all of the things that you're able to see. She's looking at all of the things that she feels. and she wants to feel his value level, okay? Or she wants to get a good read and understanding on his value level, and that's shown through his actions, okay? So look at it this way. The same man with the same attractiveness, with the same vocal tone, and let's even say the same bedroom performance, but now there's different circumstances based on how he acts, because he went from distant and unresponsive to always available and responsive. That's a complete 180. So even though he's the same man with the same mannerisms, the same vocal tone, the same everything, okay, the same everything, the same vocal tone, everything is the same, she views him differently. And what you're going to notice is that women's attraction to a man is based on how they feel, okay? It is not about the physical only, or what she sees physically, okay? This is where the difference you're going to notice time and time again in what you see and what you think is happening in the relationship versus what she feels. Completely polar opposite. Okay, so let's talk about balancing this concept, distant and unresponsive, which raises her interest level. How do you balance that with relationship progression? Because some of you might be saying, well, Casey, I understand that this works the first month or two, but what do you do when you've seen a woman for 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, 15 months, 18 months? How do you keep that relationship going? Because most guys will be sitting there thinking you can't be unresponsive forever. I understand and I hear you. What I'm going to do in this section right here is I'm going to show you exactly what to do. What you need to do, okay, what you need to be doing, okay, is you need to be reading her interest level and her mannerisms and seeing where she's at emotionally at all times, and this is why. What you'll notice about women is that the relationship moves at her pace every single time when it comes to the emotional investment. It doesn't matter what you want, because women will operate the relationship based on their feelings and their investment level that they have towards that man. So this is what you have to remember, is you have to constantly just be aware of where she's at. If you're aware of where she's at, you can get a good read on how much to also invest. So let me give you an example. When it comes to this type of thing, okay, how much to communicate, how frequently, what you're going to notice is that if you just let time go by, you extend the time horizon of the relationship, okay? One of the sayings that I always say is, I say the hotter the flame, the shorter the burn. The more the relationship progresses at a quick pace, typically it comes to an end quicker. So what you want to tell yourself is, you want to say, hey, let's say this relationship is a storybook, and let's say I was with this woman for the next 50 years, for the rest of my life. How slow would I turn each page of that novel of the storybook page by page? How slow would I go? And you would probably go pretty slow, because you don't want the book to finish so quickly. So this is what I can tell you. She will say good morning first when she is ready. When she's ready, she'll do it. And that's how you know you're at that level in the relationship. When she is ready to say goodnight first, she will do it. You'll notice that if you just let things play out, she will say good morning first when she's ready, and goodnight first when she's ready, and I love you first when she's ready, and how's your day when she's ready. So what I can tell you is that when it comes to the communication, she will lead all of it emotionally, okay? When it comes to the communication, all of it, she will start to lead, and she will do it emotionally, because she cannot help how she feels. How she feels is going to be expressed, because women will oftentimes lead the communication with their feelings. You'll be able to see where she's at. So what you do is you have to be able to read where she's at emotionally based on how she's communicating with you. And that's how you know how to keep progressing things, is you have to let things play out. Now, like I said, oftentimes it's hard for men to grasp this concept, because men are looking at beauty and what they see. Her being more or less responsive to you, for example, does not change, okay, your attraction level you have towards her beauty at all. Just think about that for a second. When I tell you that women typically desire to sleep with men who are, let's say, distant or unresponsive, okay, you'll notice that, let's say, if she's more or less responsive to you, that doesn't change your attraction level towards her beauty that you have towards her at all. So it's different, okay? But to women, okay, since hypergamy optimizes for the best option, value in her eyes is a feeling. The value, okay, the SMV of that man, it's a feeling, okay? It's not something that you can just like tangibly look at and know. It's how she feels. It's how her emotions are engaged towards that guy. That's what you're going to notice. So distant plus unresponsive. If a man is acting this way, she sits there and thinks, well, does he have low interest? In her mind, that equals, well, is there other women? And then she goes, is he used to women who are as hot as me? And now what happens is that man naturally demonstrates pre-selection. And you see, this is happening all because his mannerisms the entire time are demonstrating that, hey, I don't really care if we go out on a date or not. I don't really care if I see you again or not. And because of that, she thinks, oh, okay, maybe he's used to women who are at or above my current level of attractiveness, and now there's pre-selection shown, okay? She might not even know if he is seeing another woman or not, but just the fact that he's not invested is what allows her to naturally feel like his value, his time, his care, his attention. And if she were to gain his emotional investment, that would mean something more than the other guy who's just willing to give it away. That's what that typically translates into. So this is not good or bad. This is just how things are. This is what you have to come to terms with, is that a big part of dating success is accepting female nature for how things are. If you can just see things for how they are and accept it, and then figure out the best strategy for you to actually get success, that's how you really start to self-reflect as a man and get ahead. So the more a woman gets to know you, the more you run the risk of her not liking you. And I'm going to explain why. One sentence, okay, that she didn't like to hear all of a sudden, one thing that she, let's say, learned about you, okay, one thing that she found out about your past behavior or a past relationship, and now she doesn't like you. That's what can happen. And that right there, just one simple thing like that, a sentence, one conversation, just a couple minutes in an interaction, can undo months of good chemistry. She could have months of good communication, good chemistry, a good vibe, a good relationship with that guy, and just one thing or just a few things that happen that one day when they're communicating, that could change the entire course of the relationship. This is why it is so important to understand why women desire to sleep with men who are distant and unresponsive. If you like this video, take this a step further. I created a whole community so you can learn, understand, and master the language of women. I've been showing this process to so many men, and I built this process for one specific reason. I want you to have a process that you can just copy paste into your dating life and start to use to give you the best chances of making sure that the woman that you desire to maintain the interest level in that relationship with doesn't desire to leave you. If you've ever been in a situation where you've been dumped, heartbroken, cheated on, had women pull away and exit your life, if you've ever been in that situation, I created step-by-step processes that you can use to give yourself the best chances of maintaining desire levels in that relationship so she desires to stay with you instead of desiring to leave you. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.